Hello there and welcome to Recon Paint Gaming. I'm Patrick. Welcome to the final round of our tournament that we held about 2 months ago. Sorry I did not get this video out 2 weeks ago like I intended. Fortunately, I came down with a serious cold. Probably can still hear it. But I am here recording today to get it out because I know people have been anticipating the end. So this is the final table. The top two players, Kenny and Dennis, with Kenny and his Scum Boys and Dennis as his Imperials. Really good match. We've got Cad Bane, which we've already went over in the previous match with the Ion Bombs, IG-88 combo, Xanadu Blood, and then the Synced Laser Cannon. Two Mining Guild ties. Love to see some generics, and IG-88 A and B. Then we have Dennis here with Rexler Brath. I haven't seen him in forever. Heavy Laser Cannon and Juke. The Flight Leader Ubel with the Target Assist MGK 300, the Synced Laser Cannon, and Expert Handling. Thank you for that, by the way. For Dennis, I love Expert Handling. You never see it, but I love having white barrel rolls on medium base ships. Juno Eclipse, Electronic Baffle, Fire Control, and Crack Shot, as well as Double Edge. I myself was going to take him in this tournament, but unfortunately I was judging with Barrage Rockets and the Dorsal Turret. Really good combo, really good character. I did, instead of Barrage Rockets, I did the Tracer Rockets, in case you wanted to give target locks to a bunch of people. So still a really good combo with the Barrage Rockets. And then Academy Pilot, another generic. You'll love to see it. Great little ship to start. They are already moving their ships. You've got the tie up in the top. Did a 5 straight barrel roll. This is chance engagement, so we already did the 2 other scenarios. This is chance engagement. This is basically a shoot 'em up. If you stay within range 2 of the center objective right there, each player will score 1 point as long as at least one of their ships is range 2 of it. So I think it's a fan favorite. I know people do like others over most, but this is like the generic X-Wing. You don't get many points. I mean, if you're playing 6 rounds, each person is basically scoring 6 points. It's not a lot of points, but still, it does progress the game along a little bit faster than it would normally. So, we have the 2 Mining Guild ties. They're going to be taking up the right flank and then also the middle a bit. Ooh, almost hits that rock, but that is some amazing piloting. Or, yikes, almost hit that rock. That would have been a bad start for Cad Bane if all of a sudden it was taking 2 damage. But then we've got the Brobots going next. A dynamic duo of damage, if I've ever seen one, with the double tap, sharing calculate tokens. I'm curious as to why Cad Bane thinks he can take on all of the Imperial up on the other side of the board, but, more power to him. He does have the Ion Bombs. Maybe he's thinking of slowing him down and then making his escape. Yep, there's the double calculates from the IGs with the IG-88D crew. Or, actually, sorry, the IG-2000 title. And then here comes Ubel. I like Ubel. I don't take him as much. I prefer, I think it's Drell or Dell. The one that basically lets rerolls out the sides, as long as that's also in the arc. I really like that pilot, which I'm looking up right now. We've got the tie heavy. Dre. Yeah, while a friendly ship at range 0 to 2 performs an attack, if you are in the defender's side arc, or both side arcs, the attacker may reroll 1 die. I really like that ship because a lot of times I'm just ending up flying straight with it anyways, so it ends up in side arcs. Plus, it can do a bank and barrel roll. So, I mean, it's not Howl Runner good, but still, I found it really effective, especially with swarms or even using it with aces, because it's a high enough initiative to where it's above the generics, but just below the other aces as well. I tried Rampage. I could not get that thing to work. But yeah, Ubel is not a bad choice either. All right, Juno coming up the middle. I mean, I really wish I went to bigger tournaments because maybe I would see Juno more. But I really like that pilot's ability, which, if you aren't familiar with it, actually was from 1.0 days, and then it recently was like reintroduced. But yeah, after you perform an action, you may perform a boost red action, which is pretty impressive for a TIE Advance because they don't have access to the boost action. So it's a really good option for that ship, especially at I-5, because nothing's better than taking a target lock, boosting in, getting 4 dice, and having it for rerolls, and you get the crit and all that jazz. And if you keep the target lock, because I know Juno has fire control system, so you get to reroll at least 1 die. You can then take the focus the next round and start pumping through. Plus, the thing is 5 health and 3 defense, so they're really hard to tie down. Haha. I didn't even mean that pun. I apologize. All right, so I believe they are back to dials. That is the round of N1, or round of end. Oh, geez, the end of round 1. I'm sorry. I'm still sick. My brain doesn't work fully yet, which is why I didn't record this last week either. All right, so we've got the Imperials mostly at the top, the Scum mostly at the bottom. No scoring first round, and Juno is already taking position in the middle of the board, which could mean trouble for that TIE Mining Guild, especially with that rock in the middle of it. It can go over it, but even with a 5 straight, I don't know if it'll clear that rock. It may have to veer off to the side, or it could be a trap. Maybe it's going to be doing a 1 hard, and Juno's got nothing this turn. And the Brobots have a tough choice. You can take one Brobot and start turning into those rocks while the other one banks around it. You don't really want to bank with both of them. Or maybe he's thinking of going straight and then boosting with both of them. But again, Rexler Brath is a tough customer as well. Classic TIE Defender with the ability, of course, to take an evade after it does a 3-speed maneuver. And then also, after you perform an attack that hits, if you are evading, expose one of your defender's damage cards, which is kind of like Thane's ability, but it's as long as you're evading, you get to expose a damage card, which it's one of those abilities that you get to use a lot, or you never get to use it. Because like you'll roll 4 dice and a crit comes up, and you're like, oh, okay, well, it's a face-up crit anyways. I can't use its ability. Or you'll push the damage through, but you can't do it this turn, so you'll have to do it next turn. Because you have to, of course, wait for a ship to have damage on it before you can use his ability. You don't get to apply damage and then flip a card. Because it's while you are performing an attack that hits. All right. At this point, I think Dennis had to go either grab something or go to the bathroom. Oh, no, he's back. There he is. Funny enough, I didn't get to watch a lot of this match. There was a lot of measuring and questions on previous tables with rules and stuff. I was quite busy. I was having a blast doing it. Oh, looks like a tie. All right, looks like Dennis has player 1 this turn. So I was actually relatively busy. I didn't get to sit and commentate a lot on the final match. I do, of course, have the scores here in front of me, which I'm not going to spoil just yet. All right, decloaking. There we go. Okay, that's why he was a little too close to that rock. Not a bad position. Gives him a little more distance. And here, ooh, okay, a timid TIE fighter. Very interesting. I was expecting another 5 straight out of Dennis, or even a 4 straight. And just kind of trying to take up that corner of the table. All right, and this is no doubt double edge. Yep, 2 straight. So, when I play double edge, again, 2 defense dice, it is 5 health. They're rather chunky. I mean, if you're not careful with them, they can immediately get erased off the table. But they can be very annoying with how hard they are to kill sometimes. Because you do take the focus most times, which does help your defense. And it's just, it rolls 2 dice. It gets, evade focus. You spend it. And unless you're rolling 3 or more, most of the time you're not doing any damage. So it just kind of sucks up shots. And they can be very irritating, which is why I like that they're back on the table again. I'm glad that he's only 3 points. And that is the TIE Aggressor, one of the only TIE fighters with an actual turret. There we go. Brobots going a little bit slower. So clearly they're going to be going around that rock. They can do the 1 hard left next turn. But then again, that's not going to leave a lot of room.
Now you can fly through them. Can you land on them?
Ooh, okay. So, taking advantage of the TIE Mining Guild's ability of being able to fly through asteroids unaffected. And he's going to sit behind that rock for defense and then decide what to do next turn. And there is Cad Bane. Yeah, so the Mining Guild TIE behind that rock is going to be a little irritating because Juno can target lock, can try to shoot at it. Most likely won't do any damage to it because it's going to get 4 dice. But again, crack shot might be on the table if Juno decided to go straight. And TIE fighters really don't like crack shot, I can assure you. Ah, yes. Oh, there we go. Taking a cloak. Okay. So he can double calculate because he does have the IG-88's ability, but he decided he wants the cloak instead because he understands that he might be getting shot at a lot this turn. And I'm going to do a video on dice and statistics and what you should expect. Because the Xanadu does have 2 dice naturally. With cloak, it's going to have 4. Range 3, it's going to have 5 unless, abilities are going to trigger, like with the Sync Laser Cannon and stuff like that. But, I mean, if you take 2 dice with a focus and 4 dice with no ability to modify them, I believe the odds are going to be better with the 4 evades, but not by much, or not as much as people think. Even when they go, well, I've rolled 3 evades before, and it's yes, good. A lot of times that doesn't happen. It's usually like 2 focus, an evade, and a blank is what you're expecting. Like, more dice doesn't always mean better. Alright, and I believe he's deciding what actions he wants to be taking here, because he did decide to go in on the Brobots, because he thought what I was expecting, the Mining Guild TIE to duck out and not be there this turn, because now next turn that Mining Guild TIE can do a nice 3 bank or even a 2 bank and clog up that hole, which then Dennis will have to decide whether or not he wants to try to take out a 2-point Mining Guild TIE in order to free up the board, or try to at least eliminate one of these Brobots, which would be very big for Dennis. Because when you do eliminate a Brobot, it eliminates one of their abilities from the list of abilities that they can share. And there he goes, using the Brobot's ability, passing off a Calculate, because they do have a native ability to where they just share Calculates or pass a Calculate at the start of the engagement phase up to range 0 to 3. Actually, I think it's range 0 to 3. Let me double check. So I know you commenters are waiting to jump on me. Oh, it's range 1 to 3, not 0. Alright, spending the target lock, hoping for more paint. And, ooh, looks like 2 hits and a crit. And that looks like a lot of blanks, so he's going to spend it. And, yeah. Takes 2 shields on the Brobot. And I'm going to assume that's Brobot A.
Juno. She's probably only going to get 3 dice.
Alright, Juno. Ooh. Range 2. I don't think he measured for the rock. It's not through the rock either. Because it would be closest point to closest point. Ooh, looks like hit focus. So that's the debate here. He should be modifying a hit to a crit right away. Before he spends the lock. Oh! Yeah, he should have been changing it to a crit. And he rolls 2, but then he modifies. Okay, so What you're supposed to do is modify it to a crit before you spend the lock, because if you try to use that ability after you've spent the lock, you can't. But I don't know if Kenny knew that. I don't even know if Dennis knew that either. Because there are a lot of timing and triggers like that. Ooh, okay. Looks like he's opting to shoot with B first. And one hit, easily evadable. And 2 evades, so now it's going to trigger the double tap ability. Ooh, okay, I think he forgot the Sync Laser Cannon ability, which actually, I'm good he reminded him. He's only supposed to roll 3 dice because while you are calculating and attacking, you roll, or you don't get the range bonus. So it looks like Rex actually took a shield. Or no, I'm sorry, it looks like he spent the evade. There he goes. So now he spends the calculate. I'm confused on how they did that then. Interesting. I don't know. I'll have to look at the rules again. I thought he attacked with his primary, which then lets him trigger. And also he's asking about the calculate rule. So, and this is exactly what I'm talking about with rules. So while he is attacking, if he has a calculate, he doesn't get the range bonus. But if you spend the calculate while attacking and you have no calculates left, then you do get the range bonus. And looks like another one through.
I don't get to use it as in my evade, or if I spend the evade, I don't get to use it in my. All right, so IG88B. Yeah, you still get your. Now calculating. We'll see if I still am calculating at the end of this. Oh, it is actually a question. It is actually a question.
Yep. So spending both calculates for 3 hits. So now he gets 4 dice.
Come on, 3 evades. 1. I'll take it. I still got shields.
All right. So down 2 more shields on Rexler. And half points is in play, so unfortunately 1 more shield, and all of a sudden that's half points on Rexler. Yeah, after you perform an attack that misses, you may perform a bonus cannon attack. So you can attack twice with the cannon. I believe that's what he was trying to do. I thought he said primary, but it was my mistake. So Kenny attacked twice with the cannon from IG88B first. Didn't give him the range bonus on the first shot, and then gave him the range bonus on the second shot. All right, Mining Guild tie with 2 hits and 2 evades. All right, so everything else is out of range. Yeah, he gets 5 dice because of the range bonus. 2 dice? So, plenty of evades. Which he may have anticipated that Ubel would have come faster, which was a good call to be cloaked at that moment. All right, so they each score 1 point because they have 1 ship at range 0 to 2 of that center objective. And just to make sure, yep, it is 1 to 1. So to start out, only the robot lost 2 shields. Rexler lost 3, which I don't understand how Rexler only has... Oh, 3 health. Okay, I'm sorry. For some reason, I thought the TIE defenders had 4 hull. They only have 3. But still not at half. Some players calling another player thief. Jokingly, of course. I may have taken something from the table. I have no idea. At that point, I wasn't on much sleep anyway, so... Yeah, and now they're going, and I'm looking at the scorecard. So Kenny wrote 0 for his objectives and cumulative points, then scratched them out, wrote 1s. And guess what? He does it in the next turn as well.
1-1. 1-1.
All right, so they're going to start setting dials. The exchange so far is in favor of Dennis, but I would not start any celebrating yet because you do have Rexler and Juno coming in on those Brobots, and they are going to get to shoot first. So, I mean, he could eventually eliminate one of these Brobots on this next turn. Mining Giltai is going to probably muck up Juno this turn, which, that's why I don't think he should have spent the lock. He should have kept it on the IG-88 for next turn in case he got blocked, so he could still shoot into that IG-88. I understand you want blood. you want as much damage through on the first volley. I don't know how Cad Bane is going to get out of here, maybe with a 5 straight, to try and bypass all of these ships coming in at him. And Cad Bane is only 4 points, so it's a lot of points to dedicate up here into Cad Bane, unless he starts turning in to assist and get rid of these Brobots. I mean, I think that should have been Dennis's focus in the start, is hustling over to eliminate these Brobots, because it is a huge part of Kenny's list. All right, and during this lull, again, I'm going to thank the Battle Standard, who was allowing us to put on this tournament during a very busy day. Had plenty of space to spare. A great restaurant inside the building, so even if you're just going in there to pick up some models or paint something, you can stop in for lunch and have a nice beverage. They have mead, great wine, beer, and non-alcoholic beverages if you're into that sort of thing. And also, thank you again for the players for letting me record all of this. They're incredibly supportive. And I know one of the gentlemen was like, "Oh, you could hold these tournaments once a month." And I said, "No, I don't think so. I would love to, if I didn't have 2 kids and a full-time job and a full-time wife and, 10 other things. 100%, I would love to be putting on tournaments every weekend, or at least once a month, as well as the league and prizes and all that stuff. I definitely want to have a tournament during Worlds and have it I couldn't make it to Worlds tournament so that we could stream Worlds on the wall or on a small TV and play in a tournament at the same time. I think that would just be a hoot. And that way we can watch the best in the world while pretending we're the best in the world at the same time. All right, Dennis still choosing his last dial, which might be Rexler. I don't blame him. You really want that 3-speed maneuver, but you know that they're going to gum you up and not allow it. So, I mean, a 1 bank would be awful. But it also depends on if you think you can take out one of those Brobots. And if that's the case, if you're not confident, if you don't think you can handle it, you might be able to 3-hard Rexler to the right and get him out of dodge, keep him alive just a little bit, because the Brobots do have to either go straight or immediately hard turn 1 left. And that's actually another problem that I'm sure Dennis is having, because those Brobots can do a 2 straight and boost to pursue Rexler, while IG-88 on the outside can do a 3 bank in and just chase down Rexler and then just start mowing down the rest of his list. It's a huge problem. You can also try and barrel into one of the IG-88s and try to survive with Rexler. In which case, you might just want to 3 bank to the left with Rexler and take your chances.
Oh, shit, that's a good idea.
Oh, shuffling their decks. I think we need automatic shufflers next to the tables. That wouldn't be the worst idea. Oh, fix that card, Dennis. Come on now. There you go. At least he saw it. Good old Vegas shuffle. And then a nice little note. Look at him show the dice off. You can allow your opponent to cut your deck if you'd like. You can offer it to them to make sure that you've shuffled appropriately, because nobody likes a stacked, damaged deck.
I think it only matters with our twos. It's really the only thing that's the discrepancy. System phase, anything?
Yeah, now they're talking about the initiatives, because there is slight overlap. There's some I2s, and I think that's it. Everything else is on Kenny, because he's got 3 I4s and 2 I2s. Ooh, okay. Decloaking to the left, giving him some space, which only supports my thought that he is just going to do a 5 straight and get out of dodge. And I don't know, actually, is the 5 straight blue? And let's see. That's the Skurg. Oh, where is this thing? Not the aggressor. Ah, the Rogue class Starfighter. No, the 5 straight's white. Maybe he's going to do a 4 straight then, so that it's blue. And here he goes with that TIE Fighter. Hopefully the TIE Fighter turned in. Oh, it banked in. Okay. Not a bad... Oh, wait, he slooped. Oh, he saw it coming. Is it because he has the Ion? Oh, I guess he has the Ion engines. He just doesn't have it on his list. Ooh, maybe he cheated. No, I know he didn't cheat. I just don't think it put it on, because they do have 4 points, and of course, one of the things you can put on there is the Precision Ion engine, which turns your 3K into a sloop. Yeah. Which I am a huge fan of that card, especially since the TIE Fighter only has about 4 points, so it can't really spend it on much. That's almost like a staple card.
I was playing around with the idea. I forgot that I actually did it.
So Kenny admitting that he set the 4 straight, completely forgot that he set a 4 straight and didn't mean to actually do it. He was toying with the idea and then just completely forgot that because it was already face down. Okay, so slowly creeping in. Is he going to rotate his turret to the left to try and pick up that TIE? I'm shocked that TIE Fighter didn't go any faster. But maybe that he just thought, okay, you know what? I'm going to make sure that it's range 1 of Juno this turn. Because what's better than taking 3 dice at a ship that wasn't expecting a shot this turn? Yep. So Kenny asking what type of weapons he has on the thing, because the TIE Aggressor is not a well-known ship. It did come out, I believe, late in... Oh, jeez. People are going to blast me in the comments anyways. I think it came out in 1st edition, but it immediately wasn't allowed in 2nd edition because there weren't really a re-release for it. I probably am wrong. And it was overcosted as well. It kind of was forgotten about. I'm glad it's seeing a resurge, because it is really a fun ship to fly, and not a classic TIE Fighter, Interceptor, or Advanced that you constantly see. All right, so I did think, well, Ubel still has to move, but I was thinking that he was going to boost straight, but he's actually turning a little bit. All right, yep, here comes the IG. Question is he going to boost in? Nope, just going to sit there and see what the TIE Defender does. Oh, slow rolling it. All right, this, depending on how Dennis responded. Okay, here's at least 1 boost here, closing off the retreat for the Defender. So the Defender could have done a 3 bank, and that's going to slam right into that IG. And, oh, he went 3 straight. Is he going to... Is he going to hit that rock? He better not. And he's going to arc dodge that other IG. That is a great spot. Gets his evade. Probably going to take a focus because he needs all the offense and defense. Oh, he's choosing violence. I am wondering why he took the lock and not the focus, but it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, you got a shot. Oh, did you boost? Yeah, I boosted. I really thought the boost was going to block the 3, but it wasn't even close after I did it. I don't even know if...
All right. Oh, and Juno was ducking out. So got the block anyways. Because I'm like, that's one of the things where new players, and I love it when they do it, they ask, hey, can I see that dial? Because they don't have the 1 hard turn. He would have had to 2 hard or 1 bank. Either way. So it's actually might be better for Juno, because Juno is not getting shot at this turn except by that maybe the Mining Guild tie at range 0. And he's not going to be taking any sort of focus, which is the right call, because then that frees up your dial for next turn.
Wait, she doesn't... Oh, stress focus.
Oh, wait, now he's debating whether to take the stress focus.
I don't get my target lock, which is the thing that I only care about. Yeah,
Oh, he is opting to stress focus? Oh, he's taking it. All right. Going to have to do a blue maneuver next turn, which they do have some. They got the 2 banks, the 2 and 3 straight. It's not the worst dial. Ooh, and being a little conservative with the speed, which is going to be a problem. Because that means Ubel's not shooting this turn and is going to get a free shot from CAD. It's all right, though. Ubel has plenty of health to give. Because I don't think he has the shield upgrade. And I can quickly look at that because I have the list here. No, just the expert handling. So I don't believe... Like, back in Standard Edition, you could load up almost anything you wanted on these things. Now they're a little bit limited.
Reinforces in the rear half of my...
Yeah, and now they're debating reinforce, which I've done a video on that. You can go check that out if you have any questions on it. But basically, because CAD is in both the front and back of Ubel, a reinforce is useless. Even if he had a reinforce front and back, it doesn't do anything for you.
Which means I will target lock.
All right, so he's going to target lock this turn. Probably the right call, because he'll most likely have CAD in his arc from behind next turn. As long as he gives himself enough space, because the biggest thing with the tie heavies that I find is you need room to barrel roll if you don't line it up right. Because it's either you've lined it up perfectly the whole match and you always have something in your arc, or you're just out and you need to correct it just a little bit. And that has everything to do with how you fly your squad and also rock placement.
Range 2, I can get up to 2 calculates. I get 1 if there's 1, 2 if there's 2. Got it. When he enters before you engage. Got it.
Yep. And now he's doing target lock, or calculate rather. If that ability did trigger for him, or he was just explaining how it triggers.
Oh, wait. Patrick!
Yeah, before you engage, if you have no green tokens and you are not stressed, gain 1 calculate token for each enemy ship at range 2 to 3 in your firing arc. To a maximum of 2, which he doesn't have any this turn, but... Okay.
If I can see you, it's obstructed.
Yeah, the question was, does it have the ship in arc, which luckily it did. And it is going also... They were also wondering if it went through the rock.
I didn't expect that, so now I will definitely shoot at IG-88 with 3 dice.
All right, so he's shooting an IG-88 with 3 because it's range 1, which he also wasn't expecting that.
Just to focus.
And spending the focus for 2 hits. But the IG is going to get 4 dice. And that looks like 3 evades. Oh, no, never mind. Spending the calculate for 3 evades anyways. Or 2 evades, rather, because it looked like 2 focus and an evade. So at least he got rid of one of those calculates. Now Rexler. So Rexler really needs to pump some damage into this IG. to make it all worthwhile. So, yeah, he's asking how much health left. And there's 6 health left. He's going to spend the target lock again for... Ooh, that's a focus. All right, so looks like 3 hits. And it looks like focus. Is he going to juke? Come on, you got a juke? No, Dennis! That was the whole point of the juke! He forgot to juke.
Coming at you back here.
And I think he took at least 1 damage on IG.
Yeah, I always have 2 of all of them. It's yeah, I'll find it eventually. It's all right somewhere. Ow. We're not tired at all. No, not at all. All right, shoot.
And I think Dennis just remembered. Oh, there's Fearless. And that is 3 hits. That could be crippling for Rexler if he doesn't roll natural. Or at least 2 evades.
That's why we saved the evade, like I said.
And also, I'm wondering if he thinks you need to spend the evade for juke. Maybe that's why he didn't juke? Because the way juke works is while you perform an attack, if you are evading, you may change one of the defender's evades to a focus. You don't have to spend the evade for a juke. Okay, so it looks like 1 damage on Ubel. Like I said, plenty of health for Ubel. 7 left.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I believe I have just my...
And the other thing is I'm hoping that Dennis remembers that each of these IGs have bombs. So if there's a 5k coming from that defender, it's going to hurt.
It doesn't really matter. We both get the fire. If you want to go for it. Well, it does kind of because, like, if you put a critical on him, it might change how... Oh, true. So do you remember who went first? Because I don't. Yeah, I have the initiative. You have the initiative, so then... No. You have the initiative this round. I have the initiative. Okay, then I will shoot Rexler here.
Okay, so they are deciding who has initiative, because... I'm actually not sure why he rolls blanks anyways.
All right, so double edge, range 2 is that.
Oh, that's why they were debating, because they were talking about, crits being pushed through for damage and stuff. All right, so 1 hit. And it looks like 1 evade. Yeah, because he was thinking if a crit goes through on the tie, which he's shooting with a... Yeah, if a crit would have gone through, it would affect the shot on Juno. He's rolling 1 evade. There we go. They are tired. I will say it's like 10 o'clock at night. And it looks like 1 evade. So, mistakes will be made. It's okay. This was more for fun and a learning experience.
So the sync laser cannons can fire out the front and the back. This is only the turret, but cannot fire the front.
Yep, and explaining. Because that's the other thing. The tie heavy has always been a thing, but... a lot of people don't take them, or at least they weren't available in our store to buy. Yeah, and now he's discussing the tie heavy can shoot out of the front, or if its arc is facing the back, it can shoot out of the back with the synced laser turret. It is a really neat ship. I am not gonna lie, I loved taking target lock, hitting 2 calculates, and then lighting things up with 3 dice, and then it just people trying to melt it down because the thing has 8 health.
Whether he gets them during his thing or target assist. Are we in dice?
Yeah, and meanwhile, the ship is only worth 4 points. I also do like the look at it, and the fact that you can rotate the turret front to back is even cooler. On the actual ship, the cannon can either face that way or that way. I did break mine. It looks like it's been smashed, but I do have an extra, thank goodness. Eventually, I will take it again. I will fly again. All right, so we are moving up to round 3. They each score 1 more point. The score is still 2-2. Oh, I'm sorry. There should be a ship that is half points. I'm wondering if he did get one shield off of Rexler. He must have. Yeah, so he got a shield off of Rexler, which makes it 5-2 in Kenny's favor. So I'm really hoping that Dennis remembers that IG-88 has, I believe they both have protons. Yeah, so they both have protons. He can put a delayed fuse with one of them, which is A, which I believe is this one here. The other one doesn't have... Oh, actually, the Fearless. Does that give it away? I apologize. So this one is actually B, which is the one with the 3 shields missing. Because I know he used Fearless with this one, and this one doesn't have the Fearless option. It has proton bombs, delayed fuses, and synced laser cannon. So yeah, IG-88B is down to 5 health. So that's always the problem. I mean, I would love it if he did a 3 bank and then maybe a boost would clear that bomb's range. Take him out of the fight for a minute, but if you're playing the long game, that's really how you want to go. You don't want to lose half health on a TIE Defender. And at the very least, you don't want to lose a TIE Defender because that's so many points. Dennis doing the double dials. All right. Rexler is in. Oh, and again, thank you to Infinite Arenas. You can clearly see our players are using their list building and card printing abilities. Thank you so much. I definitely support them. I am constantly in contact with them and thanking them profusely for all that they do for the game, because it definitely just makes things so much easier. Trying to go back to cards at this point is irritating, to say the least. Trying to dig through my collection, make the list, and then deciding, do I really want to take that next week? Ugh. And meanwhile, I have a printer that can print thousands of these things and barely use any ink. So it just makes it 10 times easier to print a list, test it out, realize it sucks, and then, okay, toss it. Dennis taking a beer break. Because we are waiting on Kenny to set the, what looks like, the 2 IG-88 dials, which I don't necessarily blame him. You can do the K turns this turn, try and hammer down on that defender, or just slowly chase after Juno. I would definitely avoid the rock formation, try to stick to the right side of the mat, because it doesn't seem to bother Dennis. Going back and forth with Kenny. If I were Dennis, I would be moving into the rocks and trying to make the Brobots chase me.
Well, wedge. He got wedged.
That's amazing for an X-Wing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. No, I just realized something about these guys' dials. Like,
Do I have him?
oh, the droid dial?
And Kenny now looking at the dial for the Kenny, I'm sorry. It happens to me, and that's why I'm laughing. So the IG-88s don't have a 3 hard, and he just realized it. So clearly he was probably thinking about doing a 3 hard this turn with him, and then maybe doing a K turn here. I can't tell you how many ships that I own to where I pick up the dial and look at it and I said, I can't be this bad. And unfortunately, it usually is, to where, how does this thing have, a one a 1 hard that's red? It's a fast ship. What the heck? Why is the 2 hard, white? Why isn't it blue? Or how does this thing not have a 3 hard? All right, Kenny is ready, and we're going into turn 3.
Well, at least that means you'll be unpredictable.
Yeah, and that's what stinks is once you announce out loud that you didn't realize the ship had a 3 hard, it kind of gives you away on what your next idea or plan was.
It's going to be me anyways with the 1.
All right, going after CAD with the 2 bank. All right, I don't know if he's going to have a shot with CAD unless CAD did the maybe a 2 straight. Because Ubel is in the way, you don't really want to bank in there, but we'll see. All right, here comes double edge. Hopefully going to start triggering that ability to double tap, especially with barrage rockets. Oh, he just see, and that's why. See, I noticed it. I said, "Hi." He wrote down that he has 5, but yeah, Kenny's now crossing out the fact, and. Yeah, he's trying to say Rexler was 5. Kenny's like, really? 5? He's amazing at 5. No, he's 7 points. Yeah, double edge is after you perform a missile or turret attack that misses, you may perform a bonus attack using a different weapon. So he probably had to take the focus, or maybe he rotated his arc, because unfortunately then you can't really do anything with the double tap. They can do... yeah, they can't do a focus linked into a rotate action, which I really wish they would. That would make them a little bit better. All right, here comes the bombs. Did Dennis remember?
Yeah, I want to know roughly where you. I also forgot that you would get action, which is crazy. Action is huge. So that scares me, but it is what it is, I guess.
Yep, and he's talking about how the facts that defenders do have that white K turn and still can perform actions. They'll, of course, get their evade. So that's an excellent block by Kenny. Perfect spot. And here comes that Mining Guild tie. I mean, not doing much, but it's also points that's safe. I don't see Kenny, or I don't see Dennis going after that Mining Guild tie anytime soon, and it can just pop off 2 dice. Oh, and there you go, bumping my camera. How dare they? Maybe Dennis is just shaking it.
We're gonna mark it here. 3 hard with this guy because I didn't know where else to go with him.
All right. Here he goes, picking up Juno, and 3 hard. I mean, yeah, that's a pretty solid decision. Gives him space for his robots, keeps him out of danger because he might get shot this turn, but it's generically safe. And it also makes sure that something stays range 0 to 2 of that center, because there's nothing worse than not having something in the center that one turn because you forgot. And then you're like, oh, you get 2 points this turn. Robots. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to have to check our video logs. I'm pretty sure I have a video on repairing pegs and fixing them and stuff like that. If not, I'll make it again. But yeah, pegs are a pain in the butt when it comes to X-Wing ships, especially the older they get, the more chances they are of falling apart. And also no peg is created equal, so unfortunately certain pegs cause ships to be either ridiculously loose or constantly falling off. And the rule that I always forget is never pick up a ship by the ship, or never pick up an entire ship by its ship. Always pick it up by the base if you can. Because there's nothing better than picking up a ship, or picking up a ship by the ship, and the base falling off and crushing models. It's really a good feeling.
See all that non-running? See what it's doing to me?
All right, so there is the sloop out of one of the robots. I'm sure he's going to remember that he's stressed. Yep, there it is. Which, again, with the robot's efficiency, he can pass a calculate from B, pass it to A, at least give him some modifications, because I don't think B or A is going to be shot this turn. All right. Ooh, it just cleared. All right, he went with the 3 bank. And that's another reason why I do this angle. I could do complete top-down view, but I love this angle because It's just absolutely surprising when everyone's like, oh, that won't fit, and then all of a sudden it does. And everyone's like, oh my god, I can't believe it fit. There he is. Now CAD has entered the game. I mean, he's already been in the game, but...
It's a focus boost.
Oh, it was a focus. Yeah, gotcha. Oh, he's just like Juno. Yeah. Okay, cool.
All right, and that's going to be good for Kenny, because I have no idea what Ubel is going to be able to do in order to get CAD in the arc this turn. Oh, and he forgot about the bombs. Which, I won't lie, that is classic robots. A lot of people forget that they can carry bombs.
I perfectly landed on it. I feel I aimed well. The range of that bomb is 1. I can't.
And it's what really makes them an efficient ship, because not only are they aggressive out the front, they can be defensive out the back as well. And it's just, oh, I can easily get behind those. They're a medium-based ship, and it's like, well, number one, you can get behind them, but then they're going to turn around easily. And if you do get behind them, they're going to hit you with a bomb.
Which one of these two guys is damaged?
All right. Oop, taking the target lock again on... I don't know. I'm going to have to talk to Dennis about taking focus and target locks. Which, I mean, it's one of those things that people think differently, because I know Dennis is an avid Armada player. And even at one point I had to remind him and another player that it's hits damage first, then crits, because in Armada it's the reverse. Crits are applied first, then normal hits damage. And I just get lucky. I'm passing by the table, I go, Dennis, no. It's not Armada. And he goes, oh! Because old habits die so hard. Yeah. And maybe the 2 hard I'm expecting? Hopefully he just went 1 straight. Oh, he did! Yes! Excellent call, Dennis. All right, he's going to be firing this turn at CAD, finally. It is going to make it difficult. The remainder, he can keep doing the 1 straight, but CAD's not going to be anywhere near him. The battle is over on this side of the table. But at least he gets 1 shot this turn.
That gives me a calculate, because it's the combined action.
But I think Kenny has played this perfectly so far with just baiting with CAD. And letting the Brobots chew through the defender. And Juno's going to get hit this turn too. So here comes... Hopefully they remember the bomb. Everyone at the store is terrible at remembering bombs. There we go. All right, so Rexler taking a crit. Juno taking a shield.
I know, but who gets it first? So, are they both shields down? She is shields down, and no, she is not. So this will just go to a shield.
All right, and that was actually a great question about applying critical damage from a bomb. Who do you have to apply it to first? I'm not going to even try to answer that question right now, because it didn't matter, because Juno still had shields. So she takes a shield, and Rexler takes a face up.
Oh, okay. To answer the original question. Yeah, I got
Yeah.
So it would be me choosing.
And I didn't see which crit it was.
No.
Or hear what it was. But basically, if 2 ships are hit by the same bomb, which one do you apply the crit to first? I'm going to say it's player's choice. The one who got hit by the bomb to apply it first. I'm probably wrong. You can leave a comment down below if you know the answer. Oh, Panic Pilot. Perfect. All right. So that answers that question. I'm going to add that anyways, even though it never really matters. That's a great crit to put on the defender. With the ability of the full throttle for Rexler, it's after you perform a 3 to 5, you may perform an evade action, so Rexler will not be doing an evade next turn no matter what. And, so 2 hits. It looks like 1 evade on the Brobot, so just 1 damage. And that should be half. Boop. Which is going to change it to 5 to 5. And there's Juno going range 1 or range 2.
Is that one through Patrick, is that obstructed? 'Cause I don't know.
And they're asking if it's obstructed. I should have asked, well, which one are you shooting at first? But you need to know all the knowledge. Yeah, let me nudge the ship a little bit, but I'm doing closest point to closest point.
No shot. No shot. Alright. We each get a point for objective.
All right, not through the rock, because it is, at that point, from the arc, not from Juno's corner. People have to remember that, but it is to the perpendicular of that base, so that's why I put it up against the Brobot's base 90 degrees, and then I moved it slowly to see when it touched, and then I measured to see if it was through the rock, which it wasn't. So he gets to decide whether to shoot range 1 from Juno here or range 2 to try and possibly pump more damage into that Brobot. Yeah, I think that's also the right call. And just focus hit. All right, so nothing there from Juno. And that's the tough part about TIE Advanced. You need that target lock to stay. You're better off not spending it and just re-rolling the 1 die with fire controls and then getting the focus, because that helps you defensively and then also offensively. All right, so range 2 from Ubel. Ubel, another double tapper. Yeah, and that's after a friendly ship at range 0 to 2 defends. If it was dealt damage, you may perform a bonus attack, which I don't think that's going to happen this turn.
Oh, then I will. Thank you. Then I will spend that.
Yep, spending the target lock, which he I believe Cad moved and he forgot it was on him.
Third in a row into a focus.
Which you have a calculate. Might as well spend it, dude. There you go. So 3 hits.
Let me bitch in peace.
And double blanks, so Cad Bane taking some serious damage. Almost half. That's a big swing.
Your shots.
He really needed that damage on Cad. If he can possibly keep that up, he can eliminate an aggressive ship and then focus in on those robots. But with Ubel and the TIE Fighter all the way up here, he's going to have to hustle and get back here quick. All right, now it's the Brobot's turn, going into double edge.
Well, I guess in this case I probably shouldn't be too upset. So I get an extra defense die.
So it looks like range 3. Yeah, so he's going to see if he has to spend it for the sync. So you might as well spend it because that's a guaranteed hit rather than risking 1 less die. So it's 3 hits, so he gets all 3 dice because it is range 3, and he's not calculating, so synced laser turret doesn't come into effect. And, oof. Looks like 1
I take 2. 1 goes to the shield.
and takes 2 damage. Which that means IG doesn't trigger, but that's the only shot it's taking this turn. Like I said, they're pretty tough little ships. Because that's not half, it doesn't trigger anything like that. I mean, I would even like it if Double Edge... Oh, that rock, like, right there is unfortunate. If Double Edge could 3-bank in here and maybe start trying to chew into this thing, but that rock is too perfectly placed.
She has no shields left, 3 hulls.
Okay, you're first.
Oh, I guess Juno took another damage at some point. So Juno actually has no shields either. All right, going into Juno. I mean, that is the correct choice. You've got the TIE Mining Guild right there, as well as the robot. You got the opportunity for double tapping. She doesn't have an action. I would more than likely spend it here for 2 hits. Ooh, he is opting not to. All right, so 1 hit. Juno gets 3 dice. Okay, yep, he forgot that he doesn't have any mods. That is the right call. 2 evades, that's perfect. Going to trigger the double tap. And looks like 2 hits. So see, that's why the odds are normal.
No, we cannot.
Action will be
All right, that looks like maybe 2 more damage.
2.
So that is half on Juno. So that's going to be 2 points for him.
We're not moving the first.
Ooh, you know what? I think I'm going to do a video on applying damage, rolling dice, and the importance of it, because that is a very important rule that a lot of people either don't think is important or forget. Because, I mean, when you apply multiple crits to an already dead ship, and people, well, it doesn't matter. It goes, it does, because if all of a sudden you're eliminating direct hits and fuel leaks, that's great. Because that means your ships down the line aren't going to get double damage and stuff like that. Or it might be crucial to where, because you dealt them out, a ship gets maybe fire control at the correct moment and then dies because of it. So I think I'll do a video on that as well. I should write that down.
And I have nothing I can do with that. Jesus. All right. Yeah.
Action.
Oh, you got the one you needed.
All right, so evaded that shot. Looks like from the Mining Guild, or not the Mining Guild tie, from
Range 3. Okay.
I can spend one of these 3.
That's what I'm checking. 'Cause I missed with my missiles, so yeah. Oh, the barrage.
yeah, he missed with the barrage rockets. He's probably going to shoot with his turret.
With the turret or my normal attack, either one is 2, so
He can't shoot with the normal attack,
range back on IG-88.
which he did just say he can shoot with it. Which I don't know if I didn't see them measure the side arc, and looks like he evaded. Oh no, he took 1 shield. All right. Yeah, because Double Edge's ability is if he misses with.
Barrage rockets. No, I thought you shot with the
Oh, different weapon. Actually, I'm wrong. Before you start typing angrily, it's after he performs a missile and or rocket attack, he can perform an attack using a different weapon, which is his primary. All right, Juno, or the Mining Guild tie shooting into Juno, like I said. That's why that's the right call here. This could end her. I think he just rolled. Oh, he rolled 2 evades and 1 focus. Took a crit. Poor Juno. All right, that is a huge swing.
move was perfect, but just enough.
That's another 4 points for Kenny. And then at the end of the round, they each score 1 point. So it is 3, which... Oh, yeah, no, he does have 3. I don't think they tallied that correctly for him. Oh, no, they did. They did. Okay, yeah. No, this is turn... This is... Actually, I have no idea how they did that. Because I think it's turn 4, and I forgot to click it.
We are not using. Yeah. This is not one of our better matches, by the way.
That's why. Okay, I forgot to click the turn. Yeah, so his score is now 6-10. Losing Juno is which that was the one you least expected him to lose because that was one of the more healthier ships this turn. Rexler is on 1 health. Bell and the TIE Fighter are off. On the other side of the table, Edge is left with 3 health. The Brobots are focused in on Edge. Also, Cad Bane's right there. The Mining Guild ties are so far untouched. So Kenny is in serious favor here. Unless something else happens. So, see, now I'm going to click that it's turn 5.
I mean, the beer's probably not helping on there.
And now Dennis, yeah. Beer does not help. You should not fly while inebriated.
If I point that direction wrong, just trust me. I'm not trying to fly off the board. I'm just going to lay that out there right now.
All right, clearing the table. And that's the great thing. Each of these players can watch back and see what they should have done differently. And again, this is also just a fun tournament that I was able to put on because a lot of these players have never played in one before when it comes to X-Wing. So a lot of them are new or they don't have a lot of experience with them, which is why I was I was more than happy to put them on for everybody. And I'm definitely going to put on more because I have a whole stack of prizes in the back. And I think I'm even going to start painting a ship after this video and try to record it so that I can upload because I love painting alternate paint styles on ships. I might do the YT-2400. So I saw someone paint a YT-2400, and I'm very anxious to actually do a paint scheme on one.
I honestly think it's the best style in the game, especially because that 4K.
Oh, he triggered me. He said it's the best dial in the game. How dare you? I do not think the Defender dial is the best dial in the game. It is a great dial for that ship. Because let's look at it. It's got 2 to 5 blues and 1 blue banks. 1 and 2 hards are red. The 3 hards are white. And it has a white 4K. It is, of course, the white 4K is really good. I do agree. However, if you get a panicked pilot, your options are very limited. If you bump into something, like it's just on that chassis, it makes sense. If you give that dial to another ship, then that dial wouldn't exist because they would have designed a different dial for that ship. So, I mean, it's one of my triggers to where people say, it's the best blank in the game. It's like, no, it's not the best blank in the game. Because if all of a sudden I took that dial and said, give it to an A-Wing, it's like, well, then you wouldn't have the A-Wing dial, which is a really good dial. Like, but white 4Ks, and I get it, I do, I really do. But look what happened with your white 4K. All right, so I'm thinking he's gonna do maybe a 3 straight with Rexler, as long as that, like that Brobot is in danger. But it also isn't. It does have 3 defense dice. It still has another 4 health left. And Rexler's not getting an action this turn. Can't turn on Juke. So in the opportunity of the Brobot doing a 1 straight would be a really good idea. And then just finishing off Rexler. The other Brobot can kind of go after Double Edge as well as Cad Bane. And the Mining Guild Tide, just... You could even, if you wanted to, try to block the Defender, but you're better off just getting out of the way of that Brobot. Let him get full actions and just nuking the Defender off the table, because it does only have 2 health left. All right, here comes the roll. Looks like 2 hits and a focus for Kenny, and yep, focus hit. I did print off some chance cubes, but they're terrible. Not that they don't roll 50%, but I've marked the red dice, and I've marked, or not the red dice, the red sides and the blue sides, and it's the same sides that keep coming up for blue and red. So they don't balance well, but they still roll 50%. So, and also I made 2 with different layouts of stickers. So I don't know. They're not going to be legal for tournament standards, but they might just be a fun prize to give to people. Or I should actually find some online to give as prizes. Unless somebody knows where I can print some 3D chance cubes. All right, TIE Fighter turning in. But then there's the Ion Bomb. Which at this moment, I mean, it's good that these Ion Bombs have been hitting things. They have served their purpose this tournament. But at this moment, I mean, the TIE Fighter's not going to care whether it's ionized this turn. Or next turn. It's going to take the focus. It's going to shoot. It's then going to do a 1 forward next turn. Keep shooting. Yep, here's the 1 hard. That's why I'm going to assume that Cad Bane did the 1 bank this way into Double Edge. Double Edge, it must be doing a 2 hard. Because I don't think a 1 bank is going to fit. I mean, I could be wrong again. It's that angle. Dennis definitely has a better look at the table than I do right now. Yeah, and that's, I love the Mining Guild tie. Do you barrel roll onto the rock to get the heck out of the way and mess with your opponent? Oh, you barrel rolled on the rock. You can't do that. This one can. Oh, 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 oh. He already placed it down. Okay, he's going to do it. Again, friendly tournament. All right, there's the barrel roll from the Mining Guild tie. I'm going to assume that this IG-88 is just doing a 1 forward. Yep, good call. Just turning away with that Mining Guild. Get him out of the way. He could barrel roll. Oh, of course he is. On the off chance, and there he's going to put him on the rock too. Why not? I'm expecting a 3 straight from Rexler anyways.
No, I know. That's why I was like, whoa. All right, he's there.
Oh, wait, man.
Then your 2.
Oh, yeah, I guess you just I hit it like this back corner.
All right, there's Edge. Yep, doing the 2 hard, avoiding that rock. I mean, this should be where you try and nuke something off the table. But I'm afraid that that thing's going to die before it even gets a chance to shoot. Because even if you barrel roll into the Brobot, you're going to have issues with Cad Bane. All right, he's going to take the focus. But, I mean, a 1 straight from the Brobot's probably going to smash into Double Edge. Or does he clear? Oh, no! Poor Double Edge. Yeah, so, poor Double Edge. We hardly knew ye. Yeah, here comes the 1 bank.
I can use a force to use a torpedo on the major. Is that in?
Yeah, Killbox activated on Double Edge. Yeah, here's the 1 bank, and chances are Rexler's doing the 3 straight, which is most likely will hit that time or Mining Guild tie.
He's a 3 forward, so he's going to hit something.
It would be funny if he fit just inside. Oh, jeez. Earthquake. And marking the ships. He might actually fit. Oh, no, he bumps. All right. There we go. I mean, Rexler still isn't safe. You can do his range 0 shot. The odds are in Brobot's favor. To get 2 damage, it's going to be hard, but the chances of getting at least 1 damage is pretty good.
I almost flew 3 of those.
Mining Guilds?
Oh, the droid.
Oh, and he's talking about how he almost flew 3 Brobots, which I don't know if that's a good list, because that would be only 3 ships. As you can see, there's 2 Brobots and then 3 other ships. I think that's better spread of the points. 3 Brobots I don't think is a good, it's a fun list, I'll give you that.
3 left. That's what I did.
Oh, yeah, he did the 3 hard.
I was flying off. All right. Well, it is what it is.
Which he might have tried to do a 3 bank, but honestly, at this point in the game, you might as well land on the rock to get into something. Yeah, Ubel takes 1 and then takes another from the rock. Or did he? I don't even notice.
Super fun.
Oh yeah, he took another one from the rock. Okay.
Yeah, that's everybody. So
I mean, I think Ubel is most likely even safe this turn. I think it took too long for him to get into the party and start using his ability to his advantage. Also, the initiative. He was thinking that he could eliminate Cad and then come in.
So, all right, so Cad's going to shoot. Oh, your 5's going to shoot first.
yeah, let's lay out.
Also, the bomb goes off, guys. And listen, I'm not throwing shade. I forget all the time, and I use bombs a lot.
We do have a Rex and a disjunct.
I'll be halfway through the engagement phase. Oh, the bomb.
Only the defender. 4 dice. No, yeah, 4 dice from Jump Street. On 88B, no count. No mods at all. Okay.
I don't know why he has 4 dice.
Wow, not rolling great today.
Oh, it's only 3.
Yeah, it's only 3 dice. You do not get an extra die at range 1.
As much as I want you to keep that roll.
Top tables all.
Of course
I've
we
been
are.
playing slow all day, man.
There we go. So it looks like hit crit into the Brobots. Brobot spends 1 calculate and evades it. Like I said, the Brobot has the advantage here.
Dilemmas. All right, so here back.
And 3 dice. And it looks like 2 hits. This could be it. If there's a blank out, that is a dead Rexler.
Did I kill him?
Yes.
2 damage, just enough. And he's going to do the handshake. That is a good game.
The world ain't gonna say
Because that's going to be 14 points. He's probably going to get double edge this turn. Which would be another 2 points.
it can, because if all of us, I mean, you're 3-0 though. I don't think anyone else is 3-0, so there's no one that can
Matter for him.
It may matter for you.
Yeah, and this is when I came in and I said you should keep playing, because the way that the things work with points and all that and strength of schedule, you might as well just give it your go, keep playing, try to score as many points as you can,
Attack here. You don't get to spend your dead.
and it may alter who wins and what. So I can't remember what place Dennis came in. I don't remember if it was second or third, but he was definitely up there.
Rolling. I believe that focus is mine. Doesn't matter. Can't use it. Doesn't do it.
All right, so roll 2 evades. Like I said, see? Irritating little ship.
Double? No.
Yeah, it doesn't have half points on double edge yet.
Half points.
One try of that.
Now give me 1 point. I need 3 damage, or I can do 1 damage here, and that'll gain.
Yeah, he could try to go for... Okay, he's going for Ubel. Now he's playing for keeps. Trying to score half points on that.
If I do this, then he gets to attack and get half points on somebody. If I don't kill it, Patrick.
And now they're colluding. All right.
Helping my.
There you go. 1 damage into Ubel. Gets 3 dice.
Because I'm going to get shoot again.
Oh, actually, he's not going to spend it so that he can shoot again. Spends 1. And now he doesn't get the range bonus, so now he gets 2 dice.
He still doesn't calculate. So you get. Oh, shit, I wanted that. Well, he's going to get the half
Rolling.
because I can't stop him. So you'll get the half points from him.
But you got
All right, so 2 more into
Cat hat. You need 1 to get half points on Cat.
Ubel.
I have 2 shots at it, unless I really focus.
So he just scored 2 points there.
He'll need 1 damage.
You need 1 damage in on Cat to get half points on it.
All right, so let's do cat.
All right, so he's going to shoot into CAD with the barrage rocket. Or no, what is it? Yeah, barrage rockets.
We're using the turret on the left side first.
Oh, first shooting with the turret. Okay.
Cannot add dice to that. Yeah, you can.
Still counts. Still range 1.
Yep. You can add 2 turret attacks for range 1. Rolls natties.
Okay, crit.
I'll get the half point.
So hit crit into Mr. CAD.
I mean, if I can kill him with the tie. It's
One for you. Okay.
How much does he have left?
2. So you technically kill him with the tie.
I only get 2 dice. Should be. Because you're gonna. I'm only gonna get that corner.
Yep, on my bald spot there.
Alright.
But this focus will count.
There it is.
I don't need it.
And 2 evades. So TIE Fighter, I believe, was shooting into CAD. Rolled 2 evades. 2 hits. He should have rolled 3, but it doesn't matter. All right, now they're going to say good game. So that is a final score. It's going to be...
More for Rexler.
There we go. 17-9. I don't think it would have changed much. I don't even know if he shot with the TIE Fighter here into double edge to see if he could kill it, which would have given him another 2 points possibly. And then we have, I mean, this Brobot is safe. This one is safe. It wouldn't have been any improvement for Dennis. Ubel might have been able to take out this Burrowbot if he came in fast this way and give him a few more points. But, I mean, at most, Dennis may have scored a couple extra points before losing. And then it's a matter of, does he have anything in the center of the board to score points? Because then Kenny immediately wins with another 2 points next turn. So that is going to do it. Everyone, thank you for watching the videos and leaving your comments. That only boosts the channel more. Thank you for liking and subscribing. I know we haven't done many videos lately. I'm trying to make it back, and we're just going to stop that. There we go. Because it just restarts the video after it finishes. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to try to bring my camera to the store tonight and record a game if anyone is available to play. I don't know if anyone is because it is still the holiday season, kind of the lull for our playing and numbers because everyone's busy with family and stuff like that. But we're definitely going to start up, I think, a little after January with some more playing and scenarios and stuff like that. So thank you guys again. Definitely go check out Recon Tokens for all your token needs. Go check out what we have for not only X-Wing, but a ton of other games. And if you don't see anything that you play, you can message Robert and ask them, hey, can you create tokens for this game? And we will do that at no extra charge. So go check those out. And yeah, go check our Facebook page as well. We're always posting content there, as well as our Discord channel. And give us a nice little note or some type of video you'd like to see. And yeah, thank you. Have a good one.